A Grand Chute teacher accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old student and sending him explicit videos. According to a new criminal complaint in Winnebago County, the teacher, 31-year-old Keisha Stewart of Menasha, worked at a private school, Fundamentals, in Grand Chute. The school flagged a letter to the 14-year-old called Weird, where Stewart called the boy her favorite. The student told police Stewart gave him a phone that contained a video of her undressing and that he had been to her apartment about 4 times while he was a runaway, where she walked around in her underwear and made sexual contact. In Winnebago County Court on Tuesday, bail was set at $40,000. Stewart is facing over 40 years in prison if convicted on all the charges. She's due back in court on June 4th.